Hi, it's April 11th, 2017. It's 3:36 p.m. in California, and this is Dan Merkin. I'm the CEO of Trade Ideas. This is our open house week, and today is Tuesday. And once again, the thing that we're trying to demonstrate is how different it is to trade with the assistance of an artificial intelligence system like Holly. What I'm showing you here is our AI channel, and it's on the Holly systems. These are the algorithms that quote unquote made the cut of the quantitative combine. So today, the first thing that you want to do to understand like the value is, let's start with the very basics. SPY, the ETF that tracks the Standard & Poor's, was down 31 cents, or a little bit more than 0.1%. Okay, so if you just did nothing and you held the S&P, you would have been down today. So our AI starts flat at the day and creates its own index throughout the whole day by putting on trades that it thinks are statistically viable. The total for today in gains was $1.59. So if you had traded one share of everything that Holly had suggested in every direction and got it perfectly, you could have made $1.59. Of course, individuals don't trade that way, but this is just a way that you can use to compare this to this. So let's kind of take a look at how you would have experienced it and what came first. Let's start with Sears Holding Group. So when you see a trade come into the artificial intelligence, there's an entry time, there's a strategy name, the symbol, the entry price. Of course, you can see the last, and everything in Trade Ideas is movable. So I can, for example, move things around like I just did the columns. But here, you would have been suggested for you to enter Sears Holding Group at $12.26. So right here. In this particular case, the AI thought that because of whatever the market was doing or why it was behaving that way, that it was a good idea to lock in 8 cents in what is called a profit save mode. And what we tell our subscribers is, here, when you see a profit save mode, that could trigger you to do a couple of things. You can follow the AI exactly, or you can cut your position in half. There's a lot of different ways to approach it. But obviously, the AI's most important goal is not simply winning, but it's preserving the account and giving our subscribers an ability to make money. This trade ended up being very successful for a risk-on profit of 98 cents. And today was a risk-on day, and let me quickly explain what that is. Throughout the trading day, the software tells you what behavior you should take, risk-on or risk-off. Risk-off means you're going to be more conservative. You're going to take profits quickly. You're going to take your stops quickly and maybe not re-enter things. Risk-on mode means the volatility is working for you so that you should stay in the trade longer. Okay, and you have both risk-on and risk-off numbers that are constantly working throughout the day. So SHLD was a 8% winner in risk-on mode. The following trade, which happened 5 minutes later, and this was a very, very interesting one, was in a stock called NADL, North Atlantic Drilling. And this one today, look at it, traded 24 million shares, 24 million shares. And the relative volume was 166 times. So it was quite the opportunity to be made trading this stock. And our AI felt it when this move was happening and when it continued. And the entry was 217. But the problem was that right at that point in time, it was in the middle of a pullback. And so the AI suggested that you needed to get out because the volatility was just too much. And it took a 39-cent loss in risk off mode, which again, you at that point would have been in risk off because there's only 2 trades. And so you're following that scenario. You're taking your profits there. You're getting out there and you're trying to see what to do. Well, just to play it forward, as things became risk on and where you would have re-entered trades, you would have seen that this one was the dynamic winner of the day. And in risk on mode gave you 54 cents from this perspective. And it wasn't something you would have had to you would have had time to get in. You would have had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, an hour. And again, the software is continuing to give you this feedback. So that was the other trade. The next trade was AVXL at 622. It was a fairly quick, in the morning, the volatility sometimes makes it quick. Both 8 cents in terms of risk off and 9 in risk on. But in the meantime, look at how far it had gone. So incredible opportunities. And that's really what you want to see from your artificial intelligence. So here, as the market was selling, the software suggested a short right here in liquid lumber liquidators, which ended up again going down quite a bit and giving some nice profits to people, but ended up being a profit save, 8 cent gain. Then there was a short on beat, and this was another very, very interesting one. And this one was one of those ones that played out perfectly for the software. It was in it for an hour, made 45 cents as the sale was right here, got out right here because that was the time, and then this stock proceeded to go up afterwards. It was a beauty of a entry on the short side, and again in risk on mode they kind of balance each other out. So if you continue, the big winner in risk off was the beauty of LCI Vanet pharmaceutical preparation and manufacturing. This trade that took place at 26.80, I mean, it basically ran up almost a full point right after that, and the software from a target hit. In other words, this technology doesn't only know what to get into and when to get out, but it's looking at all these different things like how much are you up? How much are you down? And helping you do everything. So it basically locked in $1 in the target hit mode here. So the big difference between risk on and risk off, it was 30 cents, and it was having to do with how these played out and how this ended up playing out. There was a total of 21 trades, and again, our customers don't get into every single one, but look at the success rates that you had today. Okay, and even the ones that weren't all successful, there's just quite a bit of profits to be made following this kind of trading approach, where you're playing the advantage player way, where you're playing based on odds. This is what we do. This is what we do differently. This is how we're able to spot all the different things, and how you can have on the one hand a Sears Holding Group, and on the other hand have an NADL. And here's another one, Broadwind. We have been showing this on our AI since $6. Look at the percentages that we're trying to make people be aware of. And again, these are stocks that you're not going to be seeing on CNBC. So just a quick summary today on April 11th of how the AI did, winner both in risk on and risk off, while the S&P was down. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you continue to use the technology in our open house, and we look forward to working with you. Take care.